At the Smart Factory Institute and some other things throughout this afternoon. So we're going to go ahead and welcome in the guests right now. And of course, it is Manufacturing Month as well, as we're continuing on with the coverage of that. And Ben, how you doing this afternoon?
Doing great. How are you?
Doing good. I'm going to get that mic a little closer to you there so we can make sure we get some good coverage. And Ben, I know you are the director of the Smart Factory Institute, but tell us a little bit about the Smart Factory Institute for our listening audience and mixed TV audience this afternoon.
Absolutely. So we're an institute dedicated to manufacturing, specifically the training and the embetterment of local manufacturers and manufacturers across the country through technologies, introducing them to the Industry 4.0 concepts.
And we hope that people will come out for a symposium that you guys have got coming up, right?
That's correct. Yes, it's our 9th annual. 9th
annual. Wow, it's hard to believe that. Now, the Smart Factory Institute, you guys operate out of the Pi Center. Is that right?
Yes.
So tell us a bit about that and being there at the Pi Center. That has to be great, a great location for you guys.
It is. It's a, I'm not sure there's another location like that anywhere in the nation for our local students. Now we focus on that incumbent worker, the worker that's already out in the workforce and still needs to go.
Right.
So we're talking and teaching very similar things that students are learning in the Pi Center. We're just taking it a little step further.
That's good stuff. Again, the symposium that we're going to get into detail about, it's coming up on October the 20th that Ben was just telling us about. Well, I guess we'll just kind of start. Let's talk about the symposium, and then I know we want to talk about some companies that are involved and things like that. So kind of dive in there if you don't mind, Ben.
I don't mind at all. So we dub this as for manufacturers by manufacturers. So we'll really focus on trade, technology, and talent. The trade portion, we're very fortunate here to be in this I-75 corridor that brings a lot of manufacturing to this region. Not just Tennessee, but our neighboring states.
Sure.
So we'll have some guests that will talk about how we're attracting those manufacturers and the benefits of coming to this corridor. On the technology side, we're also, again, very fortunate to have some pretty amazing manufacturing companies around here. And so we've got a plant manager coming from Eaton, which is one of their lighthouse facilities, Eaton corporate-wide. Our Cleveland, Tennessee facility is the facility that they all should be like.
Wow.
So amazing stuff there.
That is awesome.
We'll also hear from Denzo. We're going to do a plant tour across the street here at Duracell. We're covering the technology side with our local manufacturers. We'll also talk about some of the new industry solutions, and I'll present on that. And then on the talent side, we've got some things that are a little abnormal for most hiring people out there. We're looking at second chance hiring. We're looking at single parents and how to deal with that. And SK Foods, our new neighbors coming in,
absolutely, yeah.
They will be speaking on that, and they've got an amazing plan, and I can't wait to hear it myself.
Again, Ben Stone joins us, director of Smart Factory Institute, talking about some upcoming events and opportunities at the symposium on October the 20th. Now, the symposium is at the Pi Center, right?
Yes, it will actually be in the Smart Factory Institute, which is located on the back side of the Pi Center.
Now, who should attend this? If we're kind of throwing out the net right now this afternoon, who should be listening to this, watching this afternoon, says we need to get involved? So kind of talk about that.
Any of our local manufacturers, leadership, big, small, medium, anybody that wants to continue that great tradition that we've got in this area on being very successful in manufacturing should attend this event.
And another thing that happens with these symposiums, and really when you get this type of group of people together, is the networking. You meet people that have similar things that maybe they don't do exactly what you do in their location of their manufacturing location, but they're probably similar, and you learn maybe some trades, you learn some things that you can share, information, maybe vendors that you could maybe not be using that they could help you out with. So there's a lot more to this than just some of the things that we've talked about. So we definitely encourage people to come out for this. Now, is there some upcoming fall training sessions going on as well?
Absolutely. You can go on peakperformanceinc.com and look at our calendar. We've got several Lean Six Sigma classes coming up. We've also got some preventative maintenance, some TPM classes. We've got a Lean Week that we do. If you're kind of just diving into the manufacturing training, the Lean Week is a really good one to start with because it really teaches you the principles before you move on to like a Six Sigma. So yeah, it's on our calendar, and we'd love to pack those out and see plenty of the manufacturers in there.
Tell me about the relationship. We talked about the relationship with the Pi Center, how important that is, the ready workforce, to make sure, because that's what attracts people to an area, is knowing that the technology and the workforce and the people are ready to come alongside those plants, manufacturing areas, whatever we're talking about here, and make sure that they can staff those. But talk about the relationship not only with this community as a whole, because it goes down from our schools to our local government to our city officials. I mean, it just kind of trickles down, doesn't it? It
does. Yeah, you know, the Pi Center, one, is very fortunate from our politicians and, you know, our local school systems, but there's some amazing private industry that has also jumped into the Pi Center, and they do it because they're concerned and they care about this region and this region's employees and the jobs they do. And some of those companies are doing amazing things.
Again, Ben Smith is joining us for an afternoon interview as it's Manufacturers Month. We had Manufacturers Day just a couple, was that last week that was?
It was.
And so we're just going to continue to spotlight this. We appreciate Ben Stone, the director of the Smart Factory Institute, coming in, talking about some upcoming events at SFI. I guess that's kind of how you guys use it in your business for the Smart Factory Institute. The Symposium on October the 20th. We talked about who needs to attend, how you need to get involved, and then also some upcoming fall training opportunities that's going on there at the Pi Center. So definitely get involved with this. Because, you know, if you don't, it's kind of like anything else with technology and everything. You kind of get left behind. If you're not advancing forward, then you're going backwards.
Absolutely.
So you got to keep up with everything that's going on. And so make sure that you're out there networking and being involved with a place that can help you. Make sure that you're doing the best that you can and having that ready workforce. And it's all about relationships. That's kind of what I was getting to a while ago. Not only with people at the Pi Center and Smart Factory Institute, but with all of our community leaders and just on the way down the line there. What else do you want to leave us with, Ben, as we kind of close this interview up here? What's the final thing that you hope to get out here this afternoon to our audiences?
You know, the biggest thing is with our manufacturers, whether you're small, you're just starting, you're thinking about getting into manufacturing, or you're the grand champion, you're still going to learn something from this event, whether it be from us, the speakers, or the person you're sitting beside. So it's just a great event to be a part of.
Now, again, give us how we get signed up, get registered, and if there is a deadline, tell us about that.
Absolutely. So if you go to peakperformanceinc.com, you'll see an events page, which will list all of our upcoming events for the year. But you'll look at the 9th Annual Peak Performance Symposium, and you'll be able to register there.
All right. Well, Ben, it was great to have you in the studio this afternoon. We appreciate the information and appreciate what you guys are doing in the community.
Yes, sir.
Keeping us strong. We'll take just a quick break. We'll be back with more in just a moment. Stay with us. Mix 104.1 WCLE.
This is John Davis, the trainer.